Why does every guy cheat on you? Trust me, I know. How come girls always call you their friend? I can tell you. We'll talk about your strengths and we'll talk about emotions. Secrets of Birthdays, now live for purchase. Check out yours at secretsofbirthdays.com. So garden. Hello and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Orbits Edition. My name is Christopher Rayman Witecki, and I consider myself your soul biographer, a person here to help you put together your karmic story through the orbits of what is above turns out to be what is below. And it's a pleasure to be back on the air. I have to say, one of the new little tricks of recording this same open for everybody is that I can tack on an open at the very end. My goddess, did we have an intense weekend. A new moon in Aquarius rattled me, put me behind in my schedule, so my apologies for showing up what I consider late with the horoscopes. I want to be on the air, but I didn't feel too bad. It knocked out the Pope as well. You know, when Neptune's in Pisces, folks, is when the Pope resigns. When the rats start leaving the ship, it's not always because the ship is sinking. Sometimes I think it's because light is brightening up, and we're seeing some effects of that, including even a personal killer or cop killer in California. A lot of crazy stuff going on. This is Neptune in Pisces. We're going to talk about that in your horoscope. I call it the party in Pisces. But even though we were distracted in Pisces, the sun is really the focus in Aquarius. We're working on how we position ourselves. We'll be going deep into that as well. Plus there are some squares, and I've got some new technology to kind of show you along the way. So let's take the Ascension elevator up to 33,000 feet and get on our journey.
Afternoon, folks. This is your captain speaking. While riding the Ascension elevator, be sure to keep your hands and feet in at all times. The white zone is for immediate loading and unloading of emotional baggage. And as always, thank you for flying with Christopher Witecki.
Hello, my captains and Capricorns, and this is the 7-day mood forecast for the week. And I have to say it's going to be a challenging week, but I think that it's going to make us all a bit stronger. This is the horoscope for Capricorns and Capricorn risings. Let's start off with what's going on. We're in chapter 3 of Sun in Aquarius, and you are learning I Manifest this month. That's what you are upgrading as your manifestation ability. Manifestation is step 10 in my step astrology, and step 10 is I love, and the 0 is I trust. When I love it and I trust it, we manifest it. So we're up in manifestation, magic, and abundance is what you're working on this week. Raising that up and holding that space. But the universe is definitely throwing curveballs when it comes to mind games for Capricorn. So let's talk about this on a day-by-day, shall we? On Sunday, it's light cast day. I reported on this in the last horoscopes. The moon is in Aquarius, and so emotions are focused on light casting abundance and light casting what you are worth. There might have been some breakdown, though, however. Let me get rid of this Capricorn sign. Challenging but powerful week. But on Monday, Mercury rules the day, and so there's breakthrough, hopefully, although the moon moves into Pisces, which means that emotions now shift to a very sensitive spot, which is your mind and the way you approach your own self intellectually. Then on Tuesday, I want to jump ahead, Venus rules the day, and so there will be balance restored, I think, in order to your self-esteem, and I think I'll be pointing out later in the video as to why that is. On Wednesday, Neptune rules the day. It's cloudy, and the moon moves into Aries, so there's definitely a challenge of some anxiety, I think, as the moon crosses Uranus, and you'll see later that you have to really innovate the way you self-nurture on Wednesday. On Thursday, Valentine's Day, actually Saturn, your home planet, rules the day, and the moon is nesting and resting, so you're going to be probably tired, and you'll want a kind of quick night, okay? Sorry, let me put up my lasers again, my orbits. On Friday, Mars rules the day and the moon goes into Taurus, so your inner child lights up. And so really, if you could do Valentine's Day on Friday, you should. You're going to feel much better than you did on Thursday. On Saturday, you want to love and trust and hold space. This is your manifestation day, and this is really the day where Capricorns will manifest their abundance. So you want to love and trust on this day and not give up. And then finally, you will be tested on your faith to stay on this course of self-esteem. So the moon will move heading to Gemini, and that's a very sensitive spot we'll talk about. And your inner child is at stake, so you're probably feeling a little bit vulnerable on Sunday. Now let's take a look at another slide I have now that's basically like my own Doppler radar. It's designed to kind of animate the planets through the week so we can learn. Okay, let me turn off my X sign. So these green arrows show the trine going on between your desire to draw boundaries with yourself and the world and your mind games. So these are trining in. So if you're not very clear on what you aren't in the world or what you won't do, it could create mind games with your mind. These two red arrows show basically fear that is between your mind and your health right now, your health and your standing in your own reality. So you've really got to find self-compassionate thoughts. Jupiter is direct. Your health and your lifestyle is going to move forward. It's going to be okay, but your mind is playing a little havoc there. This green arrow shows how the moon literally scrubs all these sensitive planets this week. So we may feel like a raw nerve. Right there, it's your mind games. This is your self-nurturing. This is your inner child. And then it heads for health lifestyle at the end of the week. Here it is closer, showing the steps and each day and what step we do. This is how the planets move. I printed out this. What I did was I took astro.com printouts and animated them. Here it's showing that the moon crosses these vulnerable spots. And this is, it crosses the Uranus up there at the top and at the beginning and on Valentine's Day. That's why Valentine's Day is not too much fun. And then this represents the square between your ego at step 10 and your self-esteem and nurturing. So your ego is maybe fighting with yourself to take care of yourself or not, or to nurture your own emotions or stand up for your own emotions, but you're working out fear. That could also be childhood fear, where your ego is dismissing childhood behavior or the way you were raised as a child, or nurtured or not nurtured as a child. Okay? So I hope that was helpful. Let's go out in outer space. I want to show you some key orbits. Okay, so the first thing I want to show is this party in Pisces. Basically, this is it animated, this is your mind, okay? So the universe has intuition, I sense. It has your ego energy in your mind. It has your healing energy, IB, in your mind. And it has the mind itself in the mind. And by the way, when the mind itself is in the mind, that's when you start to think about how you think. Okay, that's when you reflect on thinking in general. And now Mercury is going to retrograde through this, so Capricorns are going to really reprogram their mind with the intention of healing, IB. And right now, you're having the courage to do it, but it could cause anxiety. Mars in this space can cause anxiety or mind games if it's not appropriated correctly. Now, looking at Neptune and Chiron, Neptune, which is in this Pisces space in your mind, intuition, it says just listen to how you feel, that your intuition energy is going to come through your emotional state of awareness, and your mind's going to pick up on it. So you're picking up on your feelings that are picking up on your psychic awareness. Does that make sense? So you listen to your feelings with your mind to hear your psychic self. That's how God Universe is wiring it. You must also be decisive about what mind games you want to heal. That's what Chiron says. Chiron says, be decisive about, I want this old game where I worry about this old game where I obsess about that. I want it done. I want self-compassion is what you want to say. Then looking at 4 other important orbits, I mapped out here on top of each other because one of the comments I got last week was it was too hard for you guys to put together. So I was like, okay. So I came up with this little way. What this does is show you your actions, your thoughts, where you love, and how you feel. So this is 4 states of awareness compiled. And so, on Lightcast Day, I'm actually going to skip past that because these came out late. I was sick on Lightcast Day. But on Tuesday, your actions need to be decisive. So you need to decide that you're going to do something about your mind games. You decide to act, and just deciding to act will make you feel good. Your mind itself needs to be very positive. I love me, I love you. That's the second orbit there. Then where is the I love focus actually? Well, it's on Venus, which means restoring balance and order to your self-esteem. That's self-esteem at the bottom. So the mind is working on the top, self-esteem is the bottom. And emotions at that point are in Pisces, so they're in the mind too. All right. So I'll do one more day here just to show you how this works. On Thursday, now this is Valentine's Day, you want to act on compassion. So you want to actually do something nice for your mind and yourself and take action on compassion whether you have a date or not. And your mind needs to be open to unlimited possibilities, okay? At the same time, you're going to be very decisive, Saturn on Thursday, very decisive about what you're worth, okay? But that's because you're acting on compassion in your mind. That's what's allowing you to. So make sure you act on compassion, which means you take action on the things that help you, that make you feel better. And then in the final step 11, this test, I just want to point out that you really need to surrender your mind to your intuition. So on this day, you might be tested on your self-esteem. It's your self-esteem that's tested. Your emotions are with your inner child. So your inner child's feeling vulnerable on this day. And so the test is just for your mind to listen to your intuition and take actions on I love me and I love you gratitude. You can see that happens the day before. So in a nutshell, I'm just trying to show you how these stack up and how you put your mind one place, you put your heart one place. This is the magic of astrology, that Oops, excuse me. I am learning how to use my own graphic board here. Embarrassed enough. Here we go. There we go. But in a nutshell, just to kind of summarize for the Capricorns, Capricorn risings. On the one hand, again, your mind will be disrupted if you're not clear on your emotional boundaries in the world. So if you're not drawing your lines in the world, you're not going to be able to address and make your mind at peace. So you've got to do that Saturn Scorpio responsibility and not let the world take advantage of you. And then your mind needs to be open and listen and really give it up to God a lot. You've got to be decisive about how you want to heal your mind games. And you need to realize that there's going to be fears coming up between your health and your mind. So don't let your mind beat up your Jupiter. Jupiter should know very well what to do to go forward. The mind needs to be compassionate. And then lastly, there's that square between your ego, feeling strong, and then emotionally feeling a baby. So part of you is feeling strong, part of you is feeling like a baby. And you're working out those two as well. Okay, let's wrap up now. This week, my gratitude goes to you, the viewer. I just want to say thank you for always reaching out, for always looking for me when I've been off the air, for continuing to give me great positive feedback and allowing me to grow and be honest on the air and not have to pretend to be somebody else. I'm very grateful to be in this service. And if you watch my horoscope, Taurus, you'll see that I'm finding my place in the world, and it's so nice to be received by you. So thank you. Much gratitude to you. This is co-creation in the making right here live. Don't forget, if you'd like to connect to me personally, I do go on the air live in a Google Hangout called A Guided Hangout on Mondays at 12 noon Pacific. So we put that post on my Facebook, in the mothership, everywhere. So come on down, you can watch, you can chat, and you can ask me questions personally. This is my way of getting, and I'd love to hear your feedback on the horoscopes and what you think so far. If you want to be watched over personally by me, I write text messages every day through the night, personally to my subscribers, and you can start it for 1 week for a penny. So come on down if you want at gatext.me and try the GA service with us. Thank you so much for logging in. I'll see you on Sunday if everything goes well, but if you look at the horoscope, it will. And until then, live, love, be